That's so much fun. Hey, welcome back to Lowballin' Outdoors. I'm Alex. Well, today we got the Savage 64 back out. And look at that. We put a scope on her. We're gonna try a few things at 25, and then we're gonna take the best ammo out of the 2 bulk ammo that we have, and we're gonna stretch them out to 50, see how we do. Now, we do have a bunch of wind. We do have not the perfect conditions, but in the squirrel woods, that's what we're always dealing with. So that's what I want to put this thing through the test. Pick a day that's not the greatest day to be out plinking. See what we can do. Now let's have some fun with this thing, shall we? Okay, now on this, in order to fit my scope on, I had to take out that rear dovetail sight. Check that out. See the little notch? I'm gonna give you a little tip. When you're doing this, use a steel hammer. It's gonna go way better because you don't have to hit it as hard as you would with like a dead blow. At least that's what I found, because a lot of companies will Loctite that in there so it doesn't come out or doesn't move. So use a steel hammer and a little punch and just go tap, 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 and bam, she comes right out. Usually in 1, maybe even 2 taps. All right, off camera, I went and I got this thing to where it hits paper. And I have learned a few things about this little rifle. The best way to put this magazine in, because a lot of people saying that they hate these magazines. I hold my rifle, I use your pinky and just lift up on that magazine. Boom, it's in there, good to go. You can do it fast as you want to, as long as you hit the hole. You gotta hit the hole, but bam, fits in there nice and tight, no problems. And we have to remember, this is a cheaper rifle, so the trigger on it has tons of creep. Check out the trigger creep on this thing. It has a whole bunch, and then you come to a stop, and then once you overcome that, which is several pounds, we definitely got to fix that. We can't be having that. That's a whole bunch of nonsense going on. We're kind of doing a little series to see how well we can actually make this thing go plink, plink, plink. I ordered a few parts for it, and we're going to kind of try to work on this thing to see what kind of accuracy we can get out of her. Should be fun. I hope y'all stay tuned. All right, for today's test, we're going to be running 2 different kinds of ammo. We're going to be running the Winchester White Box and the Federal Auto Match. I'm trying to keep this as cheap as possible. I'm not going for the best groups. Yes, I am. I'm going for the best groups I can with a cheap rifle and the cheap ammo. This stuff we can easily find at Walmart, because this is going to be a squirrel hunting rig. So it only makes sense we're going to use the bulk ammo. It only makes sense. We're going to first start out at 25 yards. We're going to use the Winchester White Box first. We're going to be plinking 10 rounds. We're going to use 10 round groups just for the fun of it, because we can. This is bulk ammo, and she's so much fun to shoot. So let's get this done. 10 rounds, 25 yards, target 1 acquired. And to make things even a little bit more exciting, I'm not going to take a whole bunch of time to plink. And that was 10. Let's run down there, check out what we did. Maybe I should have, you know, took a little more time in between the shots, but guess what? Squirrels run through them woods fast. Sometimes we got to get on target. Let's go down and check them out. Check that out, guys. Look at that. What do you guys think? Is that bad? You know what? Let's stretch this out to 50 yards and see what we can do different. Let's try some different ammo first. Let's go ahead and hit this top target. A little bit different ammo. See if we can get those groups a little bit tighter. Let's do this. All right, now we're loaded up with the Federal Auto Match. We're gonna run the same 10. Let's see what we can do, if this one does any better or worse. And there's 10. Let's go check that out. Boom, check that out. That is Federal Auto Match. That is actually quite a bit tighter. You know, that's running about bottom of this one halfway, about a ½ inch or so. Not too shabby, but let's run it out to 50 yards with that auto match and see what can happen. See if we can still smack a bullseye, or what's gonna happen. Let's do it 50 yards. Yeah, I just absolutely love checking out the cheaper rifles, the cheaper ammo, see what kind of combinations work best, especially for when we go out in the squirrel woods, because let's face it, we're usually gonna run a cheaper setup in case it gets scratched up. It's just a blast to sit here and fiddle with this stuff and try it. Thanks for watching, by the way, guys. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that auto match ran just a little bit better that time, but like I said, we got a bunch of wind out here, but that's 25 yards. That shouldn't really matter. It probably will matter at this one. All right, we're only gonna run the winner, which is the Federal auto match. I understand what people say about this that they don't like. The magazine, when you're shooting it from a bench situation, check this out. The mag release sits right here, and you're constantly want to hit it with your bag. I haven't had it drop out, but I know it's been happening, and I could see where that would get kind of frustrating to some people. All right, well, enough of this yapping. Let's get to planking this. 50 yards. Let's do this. Crap, I pulled that one bigger than I'll get out. All right, I'm not super happy with this group, but I'm not going to cherry pick what happened. I just shot this in this wind, this rifle, this day, this group for this video. This is what happened. But definitely stick with me as we kind of improve this little critter to make it a little better. Now let's go down there and check out them groups, shall we? Let's talk about this one. I am not super thrilled with this. That auto match came apart. Or it could be just the rifle. Look at that. We are talking, there's halfway. So there's 1, 2, 3 inches at the, that's 3 inches. This one I can say I probably pulled it because that trigger on there is not super good, but either way, 2 inches, not super happy with that one. I would like to come back on a calmer day and definitely do this again because we do have a little bit of wind, and we'll definitely reshoot this after we get the next little kind of upgrade to this rifle. All right, well, as we saw, this thing shoots decent at 25. We're gonna bring it back at 50 on a little bit calmer day where there's not as much wind. Yeah, and redo it. But we're also gonna have our next little upgrade in. Can anyone take a wild guess of what that's gonna be? We'll find out next time. But overall, I'm still digging this little rifle. I think it definitely has some potential. It has some things that need to be worked on, but we're gonna get them all lined out, and I'm glad you guys are going along for this ride. Until next time, let's keep it cheap.